Hey everybody, it's Monte, and it's time for SPV Math Algebra 2B with Monte. Here's our week's expectations. Alright, so the first thing we should do is go to Teams and know that you have an SPV Math with Monte team, the week's expectations. But Algebra 2 is kind of a specialized class and you might need special tutorials, so let's go find our Algebra 2B SPV with Monte. Alright, our week's expectations will be log into Clever, Blackboard, Math Excel. Assignment, work on math assignments for a minimum of 2 20-minute sessions or 1 long session. Check in via email, phone, text, virtually. We meet on Tuesdays if you want, or any afternoon during access time. Okay, if you do everything on the above, you'll get a B. You want to get a higher grade? Just make sure that you practice the math until you've perfected it. Easy peasy, right? Here we go. So we've got a team. Don't forget, if you ever need to see these video tutorials, just go to our stream channel. That's where they'll be posted. Boom. All right. So we're going to go find the internet. Okay. Once we find the internet, we're going to click on Digital Tools. We click on Digital Tools. We log into Clever. Once you log into Clever, you're going to look for the Blackboard class. So let's go to our Blackboard class, Algebra 2B, and you'll see this weekly announcement. Okay? Don't forget, 2 days a week we do math. Log into Math Excel using your login codes. It's your email address and Math 2020. If at any time you're needing extra video tutorials, we're in M3 T1. That's Module 3, Topic 1, the radical function. Okay, the Math Excel icon works here. You can also click on this Math Excel icon here. Either one will open up a new page. Okay, so there's our announcement. So we're going to click and you're going to log in. When you go to log in, it's your email address and then Math 2020 with a capital M. Okay, let's go take a look. Now, we're in Algebra. Uh-oh. Oh, I got to save. My courses. And this is for Algebra 2B. Now, all I do each week is click on the gradebook, find the student, click on the student to make sure that you logged in, that you participated. And some of you did tons of work. Holy smokes. All right? Now, each week I promise to do a couple of problems. So last week we worked on the inverse function. So if you missed last week, just go to our Teams channel, SPV with Math, and you can see the video tutorials, okay? And here was last week where I did some of those problems from this assignment and this assignment, okay? Let's look at this cube root function here, okay? And when we see the cube root function, we see the parent function, okay? And then we want to shift it down 5. So the answer is down 5, okay? So before I hit check answer, don't forget, if you haven't been here, we love the question help. It will actually help us solve it. It will view an example on how to solve it. This one has a video on how to solve it, okay? And I don't like the calculator that's offered here. Ask my instructor. You click here and it automatically will let me know by you sending it to me which problem you're on. All right. Now this particular one, if you don't have the Webbit or you don't have the Webbit on your phone, you need a graphing calculator. Now some of you actually said, hey, I got a graphing calculator. But if you don't have any of those, we're going to go back to Blackboard and we're going to click on the graphing calculator, and this is called Desmos. Now, if you remember last week, we had to figure out how to put square root in. SQRT. Boom. Isn't that cool? Now, this is cube root. So I don't remember cube root. Anytime you don't know, we've got to find the shortcut. So click on the question mark, keyboard shortcut, cube root, CBRT. So we're going to do the CBRT. Isn't that cool? And there's our parent function. Parent function means this is where we start. Now in this particular problem, the CBRT of x, but then we got to go outside the function, outside the radical, and put a plus 5, I think it said. Oh, it went up. It went up. Oh, minus 5. Desmos minus 5. Dun, 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 went down. Isn't that cool? All right, so it went down. Check our answer. Now, each week I'm offering to do a couple of these for us. My head's in the way. Down. Down, Monte. Down. All right. So next question. And always try to do the first and the last. What's the cube root of negative 8? Okay, now we need a calculator. Okay, so I'm going to click on, for those of you that don't have it, just type in calculator app. We type in the calculator app, and we need the cube root. Cube root. Okay, so now cube root. Cube root, we would need to rewrite that to the 1/3. So I'm going to go y to the x, cube root of negative 8. Clear. 8, change the sign, raised to the power of 1/3. Nope. 1/3, close. Okay, I'm going to have to do some investigating there because the answer is the cube root of negative 8. It's negative 2. So this gave me negative 2. I want negative 2. Negative 8 to the 1/3 power. I want negative 8. Oh, equals. I didn't hit equals. Okay, sorry, I didn't hit equals. Alright, so it's negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is negative 8. Alright, so now let's say you went, wow, that was boring and easy. Let's go to homework and tests. And we took our quiz, right? So the other day, in that video, we did the first couple because we were looking to shift it around, right? Okay, so now let's go try question. We'll do question 3 and 8 today, okay? And I forgot to open up the whiteboard, so this might take a second, all right? The domain. You guys remember domain? Nobody remembers domain? Aren't you glad you're not in pre-calculus? This is pre-calculus, everybody. Okay, so let's go domain. The domain. Let's get rid of this. Clear our canvas. And we need the domain of a function, right? Grab our sketch pad here. The domain. The domain is the x values that work, okay? So, D for domain is the x values that work, right? What can we put in the function? Well, we know y equals the square root of 2x plus 8. Now, let's go to the parent function. Y equals the square root of 8. And I'm just going to pull this up, and I'm going to pull this up. And I go second square root x equals, and it's the graph, okay? Now, what we're looking at here is Nothing works, nothing works, nothing works, nothing works. Ding, 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 ding. It starts working right here. It starts working, okay? We can take the square root of 0 to infinity. We cannot take, so no negatives, all right? All right, so 2x plus 8, let's just graph it. Let's just graph 2x plus 8. So second square root 2x plus 8, graph. Bingo. Nothing, 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 nothing. It starts working right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 at negative 4. How did I get negative 4? So, if 0 is the key to success, 2x plus 8 equals 0. Draw your little fence. Subtract 8, subtract 8. 2x equals negative 8. Divide, divide. X equals negative 4. Okay? So, from negative 4, less than or equal to x, less than or equal to infinity. In other words, all the x's greater than or equal to negative 4. So remember, you could draw a number line like this, and we have 0 here and negative 4 here, and we want all of that stuff. Okay? Now comes the hard part. Type an inequality in terms of x. I'm going to type this in first. I haven't done this for a while, so let's go x greater than or equal to infinity. You see how you got these icons down here? Keep our fingers crossed. This is question 3. There's more. Oh, my face is on top of it. Okay. All right, so question 3 we answered. And let's try number 8, and then we'll call this video quits, and hopefully you all have a great... Oh, this is a good one. Okay. All right. Graph the relationship. Okay. If you've never graphed on Math Excel, click to enlarge. And hopefully you recognize that 3x minus 4 is a line. The y-intercept is negative 4, slope 3. 1, 2, 3, over 1. Boom. Okay? Now, we want to save that. Okay? All of you know how to do that. We're not teaching inverse this year because we don't have time. Okay? But the inverse is this. Okay? To find the inverse, inverse means swap x and y. Okay? Swap the x and y. Alright, so we start with y equals 3x minus 4. We want to swap. X goes to y, y goes to x. So now we have x equals 3y minus 4. Solve for y. Serious, we are. Okay? Draw our little fence. Reverse PEMDAS. We have x plus 4. We have 3y. I can't believe I did that. Plus 4. Now, just divide by 3, divide by 3. We're happy. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Y equals x over 3 plus 4 over 3. Why'd you do that, Monte? I need to be able to graph this. Okay? So here's our slope. Plus 4 over 3. Now comes the hard part. We want to factor values that give us whole numbers because it's hard to graph partial numbers in Math Excel. Okay, so I'm going to cheat. I've got a graphing calculator. Go to y equals, I got to clear this and clear this. Okay, so y equals parenthesis, let's go here, 1 divided by 3, there's my slope with the variable x, plus my y-intercept, 4 over 3, close, equals graph. Now, I want to graph this, okay? And if we were in the classroom, oh, you know what I need to do? Let's put the original one in there too. 4x plus 3, 3x minus 4. 3x minus 4. And the inverse function is always the 45 degree, okay? There's like a 45 degree, y equals x through here. So these numbers, in a sense, swap, but we need the blue line. And our blue line, 2, 2, 3, 11, that's not going to work for me. 2, 2, 1, negative 7. 2, 2, 1, negative 7. 2, 2, 1, what did that say? Oh. Negative 1, 1. Negative 1, 1. Yeah, these don't look the same because, okay, let's go zoom 6, 2, I did something wrong here, 4, 3, there it is, okay, that looks better, okay, alright, and I had to go to the table to get that, so this is quite a problem. Let's submit the quiz and look at 3 and 8. Submit it. Question 3, we got part of it. Question 8, we got all of it. What did I miss on 3? Okay. You watched me type infinity. From negative 4 to infinity. See? So here's an example where the teacher typed it wrong, but we had it written right. Hey, have a great week, Algebra 2.